Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hubar begins now.
Good evening. The Israel conflict in just a moment, but first, Rebecca White has confirmed a move which could see government return on October 17, following what the opposition's dubbed a tumultuous week of uncertainty. Local traders keen to avoid ongoing political instability and its effects on them.
Hopefully business as usual for government and concerned traders.
We need Parliament to be able to return without any further delay. There are serious issues that are confronting our state.
Labor has officially written to the Premier, offering a pair which removes one of its own members from the chamber if there's a vote, following the resignation of former Attorney-General Elise Archer after bullying allegations.
We've had enormous disruption over the course of the last week, and there's very important work for us to do around the Commission of Inquiry, legislation that needs to be passed.
It means government could return in just over a week's time, a welcome tune to the ears of worried businesses.
Their confidence is destroyed because they just don't know what's coming next. When we have some level of stability, consistency and cooperation, people are happy. People want to do work, people want to spend money.
Talking about stability in Tasmania, as a government we're committed to delivering for Tasmanians. That's exactly what we'll continue to do.
It's as local traders get set for what they're hoping to be a busy summer season of tourism following a tough few winter months.
We can't afford in any way, shape or form to even slow down till at least the end of next March. That's where we're going to make our money, we're going to employ Tasmanians.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
Construction has begun on Launceston General Hospital's new helipad. Support infrastructure will be installed before the landing space is lifted into place. An aerobridge will also be constructed as part of the $15 million development. However, questions remain regarding the timeline. The development was scheduled to be finished by the start of 2024, but is now expected to be completed by midway through the year.
It's good to finally see it get started, but it's taken far too long. They've missed their own deadlines.
Obviously any delays are disappointing, but it's important that we get it right. My understanding is that there were some delays with procurement of particular materials.
The helipad has not been in operation since January 1 because of CASA requirements deeming it unsafe. Patients have been landing about 10 minutes away at the Launceston Airport. A 26-year-old Mowbray man has been charged after a disturbance near Launceston's City Park overnight. It's alleged the man stabbed 3 youths, including 2 aged 16 and 1 15-year-old. They were treated at the Launceston General Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Meanwhile, a 37-year-old woman has been charged with wounding a 14-year-old boy after an incident at the Rosny bus mall yesterday. The teen underwent surgery and is in a stable condition at the Royal Hobart Hospital. The sole occupant of a Bridgewater home was safely evacuated after a Sorrell Street property went up in flames around midday as smoke billowed across the area. Police have confirmed there are no suspicious circumstances which caused the blaze. Cobbs Hill Road and parts of Sorrell Street were closed while crews worked to extinguish the flames, but they were reopened just after 2:30 this afternoon. Hundreds have baited up their line and tried to reel in a big one at the Tasmanian Trout Expo. The more than 20-year-old tradition hoping to instill the love of fishing into a new generation.
Beginner's luck for this budding fisherman.
Yeah, this is my first catch.
Catching one of the 20 tagged trout at this year's Tasmanian Trout Expo.
I didn't realise that I had the fish, and then I was like, oh, this is probably the current, and I got stronger and stronger. I started reeling, and I called over for help, and I was reeling, and it turned out to be a tagged fish.
All of the state's roads leading to Cressy's Brumbies Creek for the annual event.
We've got lots of people here, probably around about 600, and they're participating in just catching a fish.
Some took the bait and pulled in a big one. For others, it was the one that got away. But it's an event keen fishermen cannot miss.
I have 5 children. I've just been bringing them year after year after year, and yeah, it's just a great day out.
This family has tasted success before, in the past netting a trout worth $10,000.
Back in 2017, we were here for probably about 15 minutes and caught it pretty early in the morning.
The event showcasing the region and hoping to teach kids a new life skill.
People are trying to catch a fish, we're trying to catch a fisherman. So we're trying to get someone hooked into fishing, and hopefully they'll take on the lifelong journey.
Yeah, I love fishing.
And come tea time, the plans are sorted.
I reckon I will have it for dinner.
Talia Jordan, 7 Tasmania News.
Nick Street has lived up to his title as Sport Minister, pitching a stellar ball to officially mark the start of the local baseball season. Players on field using new equipment thanks to the state government's $10 million active infrastructure grants program.
Very small sport, and you know, not having a lot of sponsorship or any money, lots of money coming through. It was it's really appreciated.
We're investing into facilities right across the state, like this one here at Prince of Wales Bay, to make sure that Tasmanians have got the facilities they need to encourage them to keep active. Whether that's through formal sport like baseball here, whether it's investing in change rooms and showers.
Applications for large grants will be open until November 13. Around 40 up-and-coming musicians were given a once-in-a-lifetime chance to play alongside some of their orchestra idols at the Farrell Centre in North Hobart. The group seated beside members of the Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra, a chance to refine their musical skills and learn the tricks of the trade.
They're being given more confidence, they'll get skills and tips about their instruments and ensemble playing, but it's just about that enjoyment and fostering that love of music making.
Just sitting in with a really large section, a large orchestra, and being able to play alongside the professional musicians, it's a really great opportunity.
The event is now in its third year, hoping to inspire the next generation of musical masters. The Jack Jumpers have broken Melbourne United's winning streak, conquering round 2 of the NBL. Our team executing an impressive takedown with just seconds left on the clock.
Up against a major threat, Tasmania had its work cut out for it at John Cain Arena, taking on ladder leaders Melbourne United. The Jack Jumpers off to a rough start, with the home team clutching onto the jump ball and scoring the first goal of the game just seconds later.
He's had 31 straight games of hitting a 3, now he's got 32 straight. Boom.
Tasmania quick to follow suit.
Corner ball, it's all the bottom of the net.
Crawford keeping Tassie afloat against Melbourne's strong defence, securing the team's first string of goals.
Jack Jumpers can't find anyone else to score at the moment, but they don't need anyone else to score because he's dragged them back to within a single point.
Scott Roth brushing beads of sweat from his brow, unable to hide his disappointment as the opposition gained a free throw. Back in front in the third quarter, Tasmania began to gain momentum.
This is Norton Doyle well and truly in his bag.
But its lead didn't last long. Melbourne cleaning up the court with an electric crowd on its side.
That's pretty impressive. Hook 40, throwing it down.
Desperate for a win, the Jack Jumpers fired up in the final quarter. Doyle breaking the tie with just seconds to go.
And knocks down another 3. What a final quarter this has been.
Smiling as he scored the final basket, McVeigh landed the team on an even 80 points. Devastating Melbourne's home crowd as it quashed the opposition's winning streak. Brianna Boylan, 7 Tasmania News.
A former Tasmanian Premiership footballer has made her AFLW debut today. Elise Barwick was presented with the number 6 Guernsey before the game.
It's been a well-travelled journey to get to the level. Of course, she played in a premiership with North Hobart in Tasmania in 2022, played in a SANFL Grand Final this year with South Adelaide, and was a train-on with the Power before getting the call-up to the Suns.
She then took to the field for the Gold Coast Suns as it faced Richmond. Gold Coast won by a point. And the Tasmania Tigers men's team have notched up their highest ever domestic cricket score with 435 runs in their Marsh one-day cup match against South Australia. That was thanks to Jordan Silk's century, Caleb Jewell's 90-run effort and Mac Wright's half-century. In response, the Redbacks' Fraser McGurk hit 100 off 29 balls, the fastest century in cricket history. But it wasn't enough, Tasmania winning by 37 runs. Meanwhile, the Tigers women won against the ACT Meteors by 120 runs.
Today, Hobart 17 degrees, Launceston 19, Burnie and Devonport both 16. The state's top was 19 degrees, recorded also at St Helens and Ouse, Smithton and Grove 17, Flinders Island, Low Head, Friendly Beaches and Lyweni topped 16 degrees, although the overnight temperature there was a very chilly -6 degrees. Maria Island and Strawn both 14, cool conditions on King Island with a top of just 13 today. Now, we experience mostly overcast low-level cloud over the west with mostly clear skies over the north and the east. Very similar conditions for much of the mainland with clear skies, apart from some low-level cloud about eastern and southeastern parts of the coastline. Tomorrow, the large high just taking a step back to allow a weak cold front pushing over Tasmania later in the day. The structure of the troughs over eastern and western Australia become a little complex as they begin to deepen. Tomorrow, west to southwesterly winds 15 to 25 knots, reaching up to 30 knots in the south until around mid-afternoon, 10 to 20 knots about the east coast. Southwesterly swells in the west and south, expecting 3.5 metres. A strong wind warning has been issued tomorrow for coastal waters about the southeast coast and the southwest coast. As another Monday rolls around tomorrow, Hobart, a shower or two developing, 17's the top. Showers increasing in Dover 15, also a shower or two and 15 for Ouse. Launceston partly cloudy 19, Devonport and Scottsdale both partly cloudy with 18 degrees. Burnie cloudy tomorrow 16, 14 and showers increasing in Strawn, 17 and cloudy in Stanley. St Helens 17 and partly cloudy, also partly cloudy with 19 in Swansea, partly cloudy also in Ross with 17. Having a look now to the 3-day forecast. Tuesday, light showers about the west and south likely to ease during the evening. Wednesday, light showers continue about the west, most likely later in the day. Thursday, observed as a public holiday in the north for the Royal Launceston Show, with showers extending throughout, although more frequent about the west. Taking a look now to the mainland tomorrow, the mercury rising in Broome tomorrow with a warm and sunny 38 degrees, sunny also in Darwin 34, cloud clearing in Perth 26, 25 and partly cloudy in Brisbane. And I'm quite happy to report that it's mostly sunny in Hobart at the moment with 13, mostly sunny also in Launceston and in Devonport. And Lou, here's to hoping the weather holds out for the last week of the school holidays.
Yes, for all of our sakes. Thanks for that, Kaya. That's all your news for this Sunday evening. Thank you very much for joining us this weekend. Have a lovely and safe evening. Kim will be back with you tomorrow. Good night.